When you're living in Canada, there's one thing that you would love to eat, and that is the lovely poutine. So we could not make a street food series without including this belter of a dish that is eaten all over Canada. Kind of considered an unofficial national dish right here. I'm going to show you how to make a proper poutine, real good potatoes, the authentic cheese curds you need to get that nice squeaky taste, and a real poutine gravy. Nothing from a pack. I'm going to show you how to make a banging one. So stick around for this. You do not want to miss this. I think they need to put this in the Canadian anthem. Oh, poutine, let's go.
So we're going to start by peeling 4 russet potatoes. I find this variety is pretty good for poutine. Now what you want to do is top and tail these to kind of neaten up. This is optional, just to give you a nice little fry shape. You can save all that trim of potato. Now what you're going to do here is just slice your potato into 4 or 5 kind of slices like this. You can use a mandolin. That is a pretty good thing to use, but I could not be bothered. And if you want, you could use a fry machine, but we're going to trim these up by hand and give you a fry or a chip about that big or so. I think that holds it quite nicely in the final product. Work your way through, not too much trim. As you can see, we'll save that. And that water is quite starchy. You can see it's cloudy. So drain that, put some fresh water in and wash it off until the water is clear like this. Set this aside. Now let's talk cheese curds. What you're looking for are these poutine curds that you can pick up in most supermarkets. They're nice, they're squeaky, and they are delicious. That just means they've got a little squeak texture when you eat them like that. Now for our gravy, we're going to need about 50 grams of unsalted butter. Melt that down. Actually, that looks like quite a lot, maybe 30 grams. And then get that a bit golden brown, add the same quantity of flour. Cook out that roux until it's a bit biscuity in color, about a minute or two. And then we're going to add in 500 mils of beef stock. I've got a recipe for that on the website. Just look at the golden color of that. Absolutely delicious. Okay, then we're going to add a good amount of salt and pepper. And now we're going to take it up another level. We're going to add about a tablespoon of onion granules and about the same or a little bit under for garlic granules. And then I'm going to add a little pinch of paprika. This is a hot paprika, really nice. And a good couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You're going to mix that through, and here's the secret. We're going to add a couple of drops of soy sauce after that's been simmering for about a minute or two. This does not take long at all, maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and then you have a banging poutine gravy. Look at the glorious texture of that. Okay, now we're going to set that aside, and we're going to get a pot of water on the stove and give it a generous salting. And then we're going to cover that, bring that up to a boil, and we're going to put in our potatoes. And effectively, what we want to do is we're going to parboil them for about 5 minutes on a medium to low simmer. We don't want to aggressively boil the potatoes. After they've been simmering like this for about 5 minutes, turn off the heat and let them sit there for another 5 minutes before we decide to drain our potatoes. What I like to do is get a spoon and take them out individually, put them on a rack like this and just let them dry. Now you can put them in the fridge overnight if you want to get ahead and break the recipe down in stages, or you can just put it in for about 20 minutes. You can see it's holding its shape quite nicely. Now we're going to half fill a pot with some neutral oil. Going to heat that up to 375 and fry these chips in batches. Don't overfill your pan, otherwise you will have a fire on your hand. Okay, take your time with this. Like I said, if you need to do it in batches, you can do, and you know when they're done, when they're golden brown like this. Put them into a bowl lined with a bit of kitchen paper and get yourself a good little plate just like this. Get rid of the kitchen paper, it's done its job. Generously season these, give them a good little toss, and don't forget to eat one because you need some for quality control purposes. Now you're going to put a few little fries in the bottom of your plate like this, a couple of your poutine curds, and then add a little bit of gravy just to kind of get the party started. Not too much. Then we're going to go in with more chips on top, finish with tons of poutine curds, and then lashings of gravy lovingly poured all over the top. Not too much now, we don't want it swimming like it's in the Pacific, but just enough to give you a warm hug. And there you have poutine, my friends. Enjoy.
Now that is epic. Really crispy fries. You don't want the cheese curds super melted, because if they're super melted, then basically it means you've kind of you've lost the kind of charm and the squeak of them. So let's give this a taste. Oh yes, that's so good. Comfort, gravy's banging, poutine cheese curds got a nice little, they just melted, nice little squeak to them. There's a reason why this is one of the best all-time comfort foods. Whew. Poutine, my friends, does not get better than this. Make this and you will thank me. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite street food is, and we'll see if we can make it on this series. Right, my friends, go make poutine. If you haven't, make it. You will see why it's a staple here in Canada. Right, I'm going to have to share this one, I think. I'll catch you all on the next one.